Well, good morning. How are you all today? And welcome to American Reversion. Actually, I was going to take the day off today from videos and we have a lot of things to do with family. But I started the day by watching a sermon by Adrian Rogers, one of my favorite pastors of all time. I'm sure many of you know of Adrian Rogers. I never got a chance to meet him before he passed. I had a chance to meet Charles Stanley, one of my other favorites, but I'll always regret that I never had a chance to meet Pastor Rogers. In his sermon, he was talking about something that I'm sure many of you are familiar with, and that is putting on the full armor of God. And he made a very good point in it, and it applies to what we talk about here in our attempts to turn this country around and having a positive effect on it. And he talked about it, and something I've made the point before, but I think he made it so clearly. By the way, I did put it up for those of you who want to hear it. I put it on the Patreon channel of Stonemont Church. Okay, some of you are, and for those of you who are coming over to the church channel, it's been great. It's nice to have you over there. The link is down below. But then, just like there is with all of my YouTube channels, there is an associated Patreon channel that allows me to put up links from other things. Okay, so I've put up Pastor Rogers' sermon that I watched this morning, and it's entitled "Christian Warfare." You can find it on YouTube. You don't have to come over. I mean, we'd love for you to come over and join us on the church channel, but you can find it. Just look up Adrian Rogers, Christian Warfare. What a great way to start a Sunday, right? But anyway, he explained that it wasn't enough. You know, when people think about armor, when people think about the armor of God, most just think about those defensive items, you know, the breastplate, the footwear, the helmet, all these things. And that's where so many people, even though this isn't a preparedness channel, that's where so many people who are just kind of trying to withstand what's happening to our country, that's where they stop. And that's not where we should stop. We need to go to the offensive weapons as well. Okay, we need to pick up, and you know, he explained it was the sword. The sword is important, and the sword represents our ability to have an effect on the world around us, and to have an ability to fight back, and that's where our hope for turning this country around lies. In fighting back. It's not just withstanding. You know, you can put on all the armor or whatever and to help you take a beating, right? And they did just beat on you and beat on you and beat on you. And well, you know, any of you who have ever played a sport that takes you know, padding and things, you know that even with that armor, or if you have worn body armor in your living, it still takes an effect. And after so many strikes, it's going to bring you down. You can't just stay in a position of defense. This is not about withstanding a beating. This is about being able to fight back and overcome the enemy. And in this case, the enemy are those who are wanting to take down our way of life. Okay, our way, our freedom. I have something that I want to share with you here. Just got printed last night. I have designed an entire series of mugs. I know you all are, those of you who have bought the mugs, thank you for getting back to me. You're loving them. I love the fact that you love them. I love mine. They add to not just, you know, something in the cupboard, but something that really helps to remind us daily of what we're doing and why we're doing it, and it lets us kind of take that message out to the world. And that's one of my purposes when I designed these. The first one I'm sure that you saw was the American reversion mugs, was the rebellions to tyrants, is obedience to God. You all know that. And some of you have already ordered this from us, and saying from the decoration on the back. But one of the new ones that I just printed last night is this one, and I particularly love this one. And it's kind of going to be a sword for you that will help you take the message out, and that is one nation under God. Okay, it has a picture there of Washington, a famous picture of Washington and the prayer at Valley Forge. Now on the other side, and I'll show you that. On the other side, and I'll read it here. It says this is from Washington's General Orders, November 27, 1779. He says, "Whereas it becomes us humbly to approach the throne of Almighty God with gratitude and praise for the wonders which His goodness has wrought in conducting our forefathers to this western world, and above all, that He hath diffused the glorious light of the gospel, whereby through the merits of our gracious Redeemer," not our own merits, but the gracious merits of the gracious Redeemer, "we may become the heirs of His eternal glory." And that's George Washington. I saw something just the other day that kind of misleads people, talking about, the founders were deists, the founders were all sorts of things, and they deny the religious underpinnings of our country and the religious direction of our founders. But that should set us all to rest. You know, this mug, and it'll be, I don't believe it's up on the website yet. Stonemont.us is the website that carries the store. But it probably, by the time if you're watching this Midday Sunday, it's probably not up there on January 7th. Probably not on the website yet. Probably be up this afternoon or this evening for those of you who would like to order one, or a few, if you'd like. The thing about this, and the reason that I put these up here, is that it allows you, and I hope people will buy these to take, to use at home, to give as gifts, to start conversations, to take to work. A lot of people have their own coffee mugs at work, and when you have one of these and your coworkers see it, it allows you to start the conversations and kind of build what we need to build, and that is a stronger front against the enemy that's trying to tear our country down. It reminds me, there's, and I believe that I put this one up on one of the Patreon channels. I forget which one, either Integrative Preparedness or American Reversion. And it's a quote by Ronald Reagan, and he says, "If we ever forget that we are one nation under God, we will be a nation gone under." And that's the truth. That's why our country is going under, because we have forgotten that we were a nation under God. We're no longer a nation. I've said that before. I think that crumbled kind of in the early days. We're a country, but we have an opportunity to build a new nation, a nation of people bound by a common belief and moral structure, and hopefully a determination to rebuild that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you today. Think about, understand where our strength comes from. Understand that it's not enough to just withstand the attacks of the enemy. We have to fight back, and it's our efforts in fighting back that will result in turning this country around, if we can, not just withstanding a beating from the enemy. Okay? All right. You all have a good day. Remember that America needs a reversion. It needs you to be a part of it. It needs as many people to be a part of it as possibly can be. I hope that you all will order one of these for your own use, and to get out there and help spread the message and to get more people on your side, on our side. I think it'll help. You all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.